Hey guys, Fly Girl VSG coming into you with my week 29 post-op vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery update. I had surgery December 5th, 2013 and with Dr. J. Jan at Legacy Good Samaritan Hospital. And I weighed in at the 2-week pre-op diet at 301.2. I weighed in at my at the day of surgery at 291.8. I weighed in last week at 212.6. I weighed in today at 214.4 for a gain this week of 1.8 pounds for a total loss since the 2-week pre-op diet of 86.8 pounds. So a couple things I wanted to talk to you about today. I was expecting the gain for a couple of reasons. One, I think I mentioned, let's see, let me go back in my notes here. I gained at another point a couple months ago. So I'm off my blood pressure medication, okay? And, okay, here it was, week 14. So, almost halfway between the beginning and now, I gained 1.4 pounds on week 14. So, I stopped my blood pressure medication, and on week 14, I had stopped it that week, and had a gain due to water retention because of quitting the diuretic. So I continued to take the diuretic because I didn't like that, and I figured the diuretic wasn't going to hurt. So a couple weeks ago when I went in for my, sorry, allergies are killing me, for my 6-month post-op update appointment, they told me to get off the diuretic, and I was just like, okay. And I had been really having problems with dizziness, like a lot of problems with dizziness, especially like anything from getting from sitting down to standing up, but especially laying down to standing up, or sit-ups even, like any fast activity like that. So I knew I was going to have to quit it eventually. So it's been a couple weeks since my 6-month post-op appointment, and I finally stopped taking the hydrochlorothiazide, which is the diuretic. Essentially, that's all it is, a couple days ago. So in addition to that, I had a bunch of pasta this weekend, which I've not eaten pasta other than maybe like 2 bites of something since surgery. And I'm sure that's not why I gained the weight. I ate junk all weekend. I ate pasta, I had M&Ms. I definitely was not eating on plan. I didn't eat volumes and volumes of food because I really can't, but definitely more than, especially on the pasta side, more than I should have. Chips, things like that. I definitely kind of went off the deep end a little bit this weekend. I was traveling with friends, and it was a super low-key fun weekend, but I ate and ate and ate. So I'm sure that played a part of it, the hydrochlorothiazide, and I'm also PMSing again. So, but this time it's like scheduled, and I'm actually going to do a little trick with my pill and skip my period this month because I had my period all month last month, and I'm already starting to spot again. I'm going on vacation next weekend, and I would prefer not to be, anyway, if I can try to avoid that or keep it super light so I can have a nice romantic weekend, I'm going to go for that. I only do it like once or twice a year, so hopefully it's not a big deal. Hormonally, though, I'm sure it will affect me. I'm super affected. I really have had a hard week on a couple different levels. I mean, mostly, so that I was expecting the weight gain. I'm totally not freaked out about it. I know it'll go back down. I'm confident that this is not an egregious error that I have committed. And I'm sure it's just water retention. I feel really bloated. Some of that is how I ate this weekend, and some of that is the hydrochlorothiazide. It's just going to have to work itself back to normal. I have been a lot less dizzy. It's only been about 3 or 4 days since I stopped taking the hydrochlorothiazide, and I'm already feeling a lot better on that dizziness stuff. So that's worth it for me. It's totally fine. But a couple things I wanted to talk to you about is I'm just going to fess up. So June was, just to keep myself accountable, June was an alcohol-free month with 1 pass. Now, I used that pass during my week 28, and I had like, 4 or 5 drinks on a party night over the course of the whole evening. It was pretty low-key for me. So this weekend, however, I went pseudo-camping, I guess. I mean, my friend has like a cabin. So we were at her house off the Nestucca River out towards the coast, and they all partied Friday night. I did not. I did not drink or anything Friday night. Saturday night, though, oh my God, I wanted a glass of wine so bad. I don't even know how to explain it. I was just like, wanted it so bad. So, I ended up having a bottle of wine that evening. Just, nobody else drank, though. I mean, everybody else was drinking except for 1 or 2 people, though. I mean, so it wasn't just me drinking, but, it wasn't the party night that Friday night was. So, I had really bad allergies, ended up going to bed early, and then I came home Sunday, and Kent and I split 2 bottles of wine while just, like, unpacking and watching TV, like, movies and stuff like that. So, my 1-time pass turned into a 3-time pass. So, I'm still okay. Like, I still feel that I drank way less than this month so far than I would have had I not made the commitment. But I was disappointed, disappointed that I still gave into that. Especially since it wasn't like, oh, I'm just going to have a glass of wine. Like, I had 4 glasses of wine, let's be honest, a whole bottle, you know? So, I have a couple things going on this weekend. I don't intend to drink. I might, because one of them is with my pseudo-in-laws, and I may have to drink a little bit to get through it. But we'll see. We'll see. It's towards the end of the month. I'm feeling pretty good about that, and I'm definitely ready for the month to be over. I'm looking forward to celebrating the 4th of July with some wine and my sweetheart, and hope to make other good wine-free decisions or alcohol-free decisions throughout the month of June. Considering that I have only lost, at this point, like 4.2 pounds this month, I'm not seeing that cutting the wine out really is helping or hurting. So I don't see why having, you know, a bottle of wine a week over the course of a week is going to hurt me. But we'll see. I'm going to continue to play with that. It's not obviously so important that I have to have it, but I do enjoy my social, you know, my happy hour, my social drinking. So I'm still young, people. So that I wanted to cover. I also wanted to say my hormones and sleep have been really off. So I'm sure you can tell my energy is way lower than normal. I don't know, maybe you can't. Usually when I feel my energy is really low, people are like, "I love your energy," and I'm just like, "Wow, that's not even my normal. It's not even my normal state of being." So I've not been sleeping well. I got a really good night's sleep like Friday night, but most of last week and most of this week have been a wash. Like, I've not slept more than a handful of hours, which I'm by nature, if left to my own devices, like a 9 to 10 hour a night sleeper. Like, I can easily sleep from like 10 to 8 or 11 to 8 or something like that. So when I get 5 or 6 hours and it's not restful, like, it's really, a lot of people would be grateful for that kind of sleep. It's really not good for me. So I'm really, really drained, and I'm starting to get cranky. And some of that, I'm sure, has to do with the hormones and the PMS and stuff like that. But on a hormonal level, like, I can tell things are happening and something's off because my skin is starting to freak out. And usually I have eczema, and when my eczema starts to flare up pretty bad, it's usually hormonal. It's not sugar. It's not, I mean, I've done everything in the book to try to decide what it is, and really, it's my period or hormonal changes or whatever. My eczema is almost 100% hormonally driven. So, and yeast, it seems like when I drink a lot of beer, but I don't drink beer anymore, so so that's not it. But yeah, like, I don't know if you can see, but like, I have like a little rash here, and I've got some stuff going on. Anyway, I've been having problems with that. I have zits in places that are unmentionable, so I won't even go there. I've got zits in my armpits. I'm not breaking out on my face, thank goodness. But, so I've not been feeling totally up to par. I've been definitely feeling tired and weak, which goes into the next thing I wanted to kind of talk about, which is my exercise endurance. So, you know, I work with a trainer. I see her every other week. I do her workouts 2 days a week pretty religiously, in addition to other things like cardio or roller skating or cycle or things like that. I may up those to 3 days a week after July, because in July I'm doing like a kettlebell workout for most of the month, so I'll have a month 3 or 4 weeks of doing that in addition to everything else. So, but I've noticed that, okay, so I went to cycle class on Monday, and I know that I'm tired and not been sleeping well, so some of this may have that to do with it, but I can only get through 30 minutes. And even on a good day when I'm feeling super energized and well rested, like I get through the hour, but right around minute 40, 45, like I have a really hard time. Like those last few songs are really hard for me. Like I hit a very firm wall. The 2 times I've been roller skating this month, I go for about 45 minutes to an hour, and it's like, done. Like, no compromise. Like, I've got 15 more minutes in me, and that's it. So I don't know what that's about. If it's like, okay, my muscles can only go that far. I'd like to be able to do an hour workout or an hour of roller skating without being, like, dead ass fucking tired by the time it's done. No, there's one thing to be tired and be like, oh, that was a good workout. Like, that was great. And another to be like, I can literally not move my feet. I can literally not lift myself and bring myself to, like, it's really rough. So I don't know what that's about. I left an email for my trainer to see, like, if there's something we can do to kind of work on endurance. I don't really want to work out for many hours a day, but if I want to do an hour class or do an hour of an activity, like hiking or something, like, I should be able to. I mean, I'm eating about 1,000 calories, some days 1,200 calories a day. So it's not like I'm eating 600 calories anymore where I just can't handle that level of activity. The activity is not, I mean, cycling is pretty intense, but like I'm sure my heart rate is high, but I'm not out of breath anymore. So it's just, I just can't keep up. I don't know what it is. So I don't know if it's calories. I don't know if it's lack of conditioning. I don't know if it's muscle, you know, because I've lost muscle with the weight loss. I don't really know. Sorry. And the last thing I really wanted to talk about is, I'm having major fat days this week. Again, I'm sure that it's because I'm bloated. But what's interesting is that my fat days feel exactly the same as they always have. So even though I've lost 87 pounds almost 89 pounds last week, and now it's a little less, but that's all right. I am shocked at how enormous I feel. I know that I'm bloated and I didn't make the best food choices last weekend, and that certainly didn't help, but like my stomach literally feels like it's out here. Like my stomach used to be out here. And can you see my bra? Can you see that it's blue? All of a sudden I was like, oh, okay, no, I think I'm safe. So anyway, that's really weird. I'm not really having any difficulty processing that. I just am surprised. It's just something that's caught me a little off guard. Like, I've had other fat days, but I was still like, I feel fat, but I'm less fat. And now I just am like, I feel fat, and I feel just as fat. Like, I feel enormous. And shit happens, and I'll get over it, and I'm sure all these things are colliding into a beautiful, perfect storm of ickiness inside. But I'm sure once I am better rested, my hormones even out. Excuse me. I've had good eating this week. I'm sorry. For the most part, I've had good eating. Definitely better than last weekend. I did have some M&Ms yesterday, but I was still under 1,000 calories. So, I mean, like, it was fine. But, so yeah, that's really, oh wow, how did I get to 14 minutes? That's crazy. I really felt like it was 6 minutes of talking. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I just had a hodgepodge of things to talk about. No real clear topic. Just, this is what I'm going through this week. It's not been great. I'm doing great. I'm a happy person. I just am not quite feeling myself. Feeling tired, feeling haggard, feeling fat. It is what it is. Hopefully next week will be better. I'm excited because by the next time I come into you, I will be on my way out of town, and I'll be making a quick video just to say hi and bye. So anyway, have a great week, you guys. Keep it fly out there, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.